Right, I've got a Washburn Status base here, and basically the problem is the pot shaft is snapped off. Fortunately, I've got one of these sitting here, and I just need to hook up the wires to the right solder pads because I'm going to keep this circuit board thing on it because this is a, come on, you can see it's a PCB mount pot, and so that just makes sense to use these because it's roughly the same amount of wires. In fact, I'm sure it's exactly the same amount of wires, I'm just splitting hairs. Sorry about that. Going to swap it one wire at a time, just take it slow. I was saying take it slow. So because the thing you find is that most wiring problems are the same, so or most wiring setups, no matter what it is pretty much the same. So that one came from the middle lug of the top pot, and that corresponds with that solder pad right in the middle. Middle lug, top pot, you can actually see the trace, so that's where this goes. If I can find a position to hold it. There we go. And next the one underneath it. Middle lug of the bottom pot. And you can see on that trace, that's that one. Need to put that through properly. Or not at all. Just fell straight back out there. Right, I'm going to pause it and get this because it's 3 minutes in, you can see it's already giving me problems. I've got all the signal wires switched over. This one here had actually broken off and was too short, so I've replaced that. Got to get all these ground wires off. And there's one here, yeah. This one. I'm not sure exactly where it's supposed to ground. I'm not seeing any evidence of broken off grounding wires. Unless that's one. It's a bit ambiguous, but when I was troubleshooting with this earlier, any grounding point was allowing that wire to function properly, because with that disconnected, it makes this horrible screeching noise and nothing functions. But as soon as that is grounded, it works perfectly. So that's what I'm saying. I'm assuming it can be grounded anywhere because it's just by how much of a difference it made when it was grounded. Burnt myself grabbing that pot. There we go. Hot wire just touched me, but that's the old pot out. Yeah, I think they'll ties into a single grounding point and ground that ground lug there. Oh, that was a nasty one. There's nothing there, but roasting hot wire touched me just like right there. So right, that's what I'll do. I'm going to stop recording. All these ground wires I'm going to strip back, tie them all together, and so that the end of them is the thickness of one wire, or one wire, and then solder that in. So be back in a bit. Right, not the prettiest clump of wires, but you get the idea. All twisted together and soldered. And then yeah, that's the ground pad there. I can feel that heating up in my hand. That's it. Except for that one wire, which you should be able to just attach. Yeah, I will be able to. Yeah, I knew this wasn't going to be pretty, but it works. I hope. I'm only joking, it does work. There we go. Like I said, I just need to attach that one wire that grounds somewhere else. I just don't know where. Just going by the length of it, and need to be somewhere fairly close. Because even stretched out, that's the length of it. So, and it goes from that grounding point. So it's either to this pot or to this board. I'll figure out. Yeah, just soldered that wire to there. So now I'm just going to make sure it works. And now I've got to set this guitar up. Set bass, I should say. So yeah. Back in a bit. Right, back with the Washburn Status, got it all wired up, new pot in, all works and sounds great. So I'm just at the setup stage really. I want to see a little less relief, so I'll just tighten the truss rod slightly. I mean, when you saw last had its old strings on, these are new strings apart from the D is a new string, but it's not from the same set. I end up, because of the weird locking nut on it, I ended up wrecking 2 D strings trying to get it on, and third time's the charm, as they say. So just look for holding the 17th and the 1st fret. It's looking a slight gap over the 9th. I see a bit less relief than that. Still too much. There's quite a stiff truss rod as well. It appears to be a single action, which is not my preferred truss rod, but they still work. So that's roughly where when I was here. Just going to check the action. A bit higher than I want it to be, but yeah, I'm happy with that relief. Right. Can you remember where I put my Allen keys? There they are. It's no, too big. Yeah, these are weird bases, so you've got a 2mm Allen key to unlock the saddles. So all I need just a wee half turn. The 1.5mm Allen key to adjust the action. And the way I do it is actually set the height with the front screw. So I just need to come down a little bit. and then level it out with the rear screw. I like to see the saddle parallel to the block that holds it. And I'm measuring at 17th fret, looking for 2.5mm. And that's pretty low. Let's take it down now. Bring it up a wee bit at the back actually. Same thing with the A string, 2mm at the 17th fret, 2.5, sorry. And then level the saddle out with that. And double check it. Yep. 2mm for the D string. Level it out with the rear screw. And then 2mm for the G string. And like I say, because I've done some preliminary adjustments last night with the old strings, it's just a case of finessing with the new strings. I'm not going to lock the saddles, but because now I'm just going to go set the intonation, but you just move the saddle back and forth and the action screws will hold. So I'm going to go do that just now. And hopefully you understood the process of adjusting one of these strange bridges. They're really straightforward, but because they're not, I don't think they're as common these days, so, you know, have a little bit of explanation helps a little bit.